Hey there, and welcome back to Transaction Thursdays. I'm Christina, and I'm here to help real estate agents and transaction coordinators build businesses that actually give them freedom. If you have ever found yourself answering emails at midnight, you're skipping meals, you're waking up in the middle of the night, afraid that you've missed something, or wondering if this constant hustle is just part of the job, then this episode is going to be for you. Today, we're going to be talking about burnout, and it's not the fluffy kind, it's the real kind, the kind that makes you absolutely dread opening your laptop, logging on Monday mornings. You get like that Sunday night dread because you know that you have to work Monday morning. You feel guilty for taking days off. Um, the truth is, in our industry, burnout has almost become normal and it's like a badge of honor, but that is absolutely not sustainable and it is not necessary. By the end of this episode, you're going to understand exactly why burnout is baked into real estate culture, the exact amount, not the exact amount, the exact moment that it starts creeping in, and then a simple blueprint to stop that cycle for good. So let's go ahead and dive in. Let's call out what's really going on here. Somewhere along the way, our industry has decided that being busy equals being successful. So we have almost like glorified the 12-hour workdays and the constant notifications and the late night client texts and phone calls. And if you're not exhausted, it almost feels like you're not doing enough, which is really dangerous because it's training your brain to equip chaos with productivity. And here's what usually happens. You start out full of energy, you love helping people, you love closing deals, but then when you're juggling, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 transactions at once, you're managing the clients, the lenders, the title, the inspections, the closing, the repairs, everything, and you're trying to have a life somewhere in between. The problem is your processes are all living in your head or they're buried somewhere in your inbox, and every file feels like a fire. So every single day, it feels like you're constantly having to play catch up. Is any of this sounded familiar to anybody? That is the trap. And burnout does not happen all at once. It is 1,000 tiny paper cuts of, okay, I'll just handle this myself. I'll do that later. I don't have time to organize this right now. And then before you know it, you're constantly behind. Your stress is sky high. And you're wondering, is it even possible to love this business again? I've been there. And I want you to know that it's not you, it's the system or the lack thereof that's failing you. So I want to talk to you about where burnout really starts, because it's not just about having too many clients or too little time. It really starts with decision fatigue. If you think about it, you are making hundreds of micro decisions every single day. You're thinking, who do I email first? Did I send that addendum? Where's the inspection report? Did the lender confirm the CD? All of that mental clutter is adding up. And the thing is, your brain does not know the difference between big and small stress. So it's going to react the same way to a late appraisal as it does a messy inbox. It's just on like constant alert mode. So when you don't have clear systems, such as, checklists, templates, automation, your brain has to make those same micro decisions every single time. And that's where you start to feel exhausted. That's why you can't shut your brain off at night. You're not lazy. You're not disorganized. You're not overloaded. Okay. I remember, a time when I was managing 30 to 40 transactions, and I felt like, I couldn't slow down. I felt like if I don't personally touch everything, something's going to fall apart. But then I realized I was already dropping the ball because I was trying to hold everything together. And that's when I started building the workflows that I use now. And these are the ones that lets me manage dozens and dozens of files in less than 20 minutes a day. I've managed over 85 files less than 20 minutes a day. The difference is night and day. So I want to talk to you about the solution. I want to give you a 3-step burnout blueprint. All right. Step number 1 is to simplify. Now, what does this look like? This looks like writing down every single thing you touch in a transaction, every email, every checklist, every follow-up. And then you ask yourself, does this really need my hands on it? If not, then you need to automate it or delegate it. If yes, then great, make it repeatable. Turn it into a checklist, turn it into a template so that you never have to start from scratch again. Step number 2 is to systemize. You pick one tool that becomes your command center. So it could be something like TC Docs or Airtable or ClickUp, and you stop spreading your workflow across 5 different platforms. This one hub should show you exactly where every file stands and what needs your attention from the moment you look at the dashboard. And then step number 3 is scheduling boundaries. Now, this is a tough one for some, but it is absolutely essential. And that is decide when your transaction hours end each day and stick to it. Your brain is going to start to respect that space once you draw the line. Okay, so if you decide that you are working on transactions from noon to 5 every day, then you work on transactions from noon to 5 and you do not work on them outside of those hours. And you stick to it. And if somebody texts you or emails you outside of that, you simply respond very kindly and say, you know what, I've received this. I will get back to you between the hours of 12 and 5, either that day or the next day, whatever time they're texting you. But when you simplify, you systemize, and you set boundaries, that's when the magic starts to happen. That's when your business starts to run without you constantly chasing it. And that's not a dream. That's what systems actually do. All right. So let's recap. Burnout in real estate is not a personal failure. It is absolutely a systems problem. It starts when the chaos becomes your normal, but it ends when you take control. And that is through structure and automation. So the moment you start simplifying, systemizing, and setting those boundaries, you reclaim your time, your energy, and your joy. And if you're ready to take this further and to actually build the systems that eliminate the chaos for good, that's exactly what I do inside Transaction Freedom Accelerator. It is a 30-day program where I walk you step by step through the exact systems and workflows that I use to manage about 65 transactions on average in under 20 minutes a day. So you'll get all of my templates, all of my automations, and support so that your business runs smoothly and your nights and weekends are finally yours again. Like, we actually help you create that healthy work-life balance that you are looking for. All right. So you can learn more. The link is in the show notes. And I want to thank you for being here today. Just remember that you do not have to live in burnout to be successful. The calmer your business becomes, the more space you have to grow. All right. I will see you next Thursday. Until then, breathe, reset, and keep building your freedom.